Okay, stop. Be honest. Are you thinking of maybe watching this later and then later never comes? How you handle this exact moment is how you handle everything in your business, and maybe why you are where you are right now because of that. Hi, I'm Darcy the Rock from Agent Tech Mastery. Agents who watch now are the ones who will follow up with their clients immediately, who will be organized, who will be less stressed out, who will make more money, who will be less overwhelmed. Click away and you're going to stay stuck exactly where you have been for the last 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years. This chaos and disorganization is costing you probably thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars, and also maybe impacting your health from all the stress and overwhelm. The solution is simple. Stay and watch to find out the simple 4 steps you should be using to structure your business. Reclaim back 10 or more hours a week and recover forgotten clients. If you've lost one deal because you didn't keep in touch, it's because of your systems. Now is the time to change. I mean, you got this far and registered to watch this webinar. This isn't a theory. It is going to be practical steps to transform your real estate business now. Your future self with more time, more clients, and less stress will thank you. Let's dive in and end digital chaos. Okay, from chaos to control. This might be the best training you've ever had as an agent. We're going to discuss today 4 steps to structure your business, master your database, and conquer disorganization. But I want you to understand the issues you have, but I'm going to start off with an analogy, something you can relate to. Homes, houses, okay? So imagine you have 5 different homes, and in each home, you keep a separate address book in every single home. And you also keep a different calendar on a wall in every single home. And you have a different filing cabinet in every single home. Now, you need to find that appointment you set a few weeks ago, but you don't know which calendar in which home you put it. And you need a client's address that you're meeting, and you don't know which address book in which home you put it. So now you have to spend some time running around to every home and look at each and every calendar, running around looking for the address book. Does that make any sense at all? Is this just a tad bit inefficient? But that is probably how your business systems are set up. But okay, back to the homes. We're not done looking. Now you actually have a 6th house you forgot about, and you have to look there. You are so darn tired, and I sure hope your homes are close by. But guess what? We're not done. You checked homes 1 to 6. You still can't find it. You've got 3 more houses to check. Perhaps the answer is in house 7, 8, 9. Every day becomes an exhausting physical scavenger hunt with so much wasted time and lost revenue, running around and around. What if everything lived in one perfectly organized house? Of course, that would be better, right? You're thinking this is crazy to have that, but let me show you how this analogy relates to you and your business setup. The average person, instead of homes, has 5 email addresses. And in every email address, there are contacts, a separate address book. There are calendars. There are files and folders in every single email address. But wait, your stuff is scattered elsewhere too. You have a CRM that has its own collection of contacts, calendar entries, client information, sitting in isolation. And boy, I hope you aren't using a CRM from your brokerage. You don't own that data. Then we've got 3 more places that things could be. They could be in your phone. It has separate contacts and calendar events and a jumble of other things. We also have your tablet, which also might have its own separate contacts and calendar and email setup. And then we can't forget about people who use Outlook desktop software or Mac Mail, which is software for your Mac. That also holds a set of information plus random files scattered across your hard drive and Dropbox and Google Drive. In this scenario, there are 9 digital homes or places where your critical business information lives, with no communication between them. No wonder you're wasting hours searching for things, missing follow-ups, and feeling constantly disorganized. How can you run a professional business with your most valuable asset, your data? It's fragmented across a digital labyrinth. This seemingly random treasure hunt mirrors how most real estate agents run their business. Your critical client information isn't missing across physical houses, of course. It's scattered across digital ones. So this is a typical scenario we see. Email address number 3 has the listing details you're searching for. Email address 5 holds the client offer in Google Drive or Dropbox. That contact info you need only sits on your phone, but you can't find it anywhere else, right? Important notes about that client are only on your phone. Transaction info, newsletters, client communications only live in the brokerage CRM. Follow-up reminders exist only in your head. And every day becomes an exhausting digital scavenger hunt with opportunities and revenue constantly slipping through the cracks. When you were in real estate school, you spent a lot of time learning how to avoid getting sued or ending up in real estate jail. You can recite disclosure requirements in your sleep, I'm sure, but then they handed you a license and essentially said, good luck figuring out the other 90% of what you need to succeed. It is not your fault that your business is a digital disaster zone. You were set up to struggle from day one. And the good news, well, they don't teach how to build a streamlined and profitable business. We figured it out, and we can show you exactly how. Isn't it time your systems worked as hard as you? Now, why am I here talking to you today on all these things about digital disasters? My name is Darcy LaRocque, and I am the founder of Agent Tech Mastery. With 3 decades of technology expertise, I've mastered everything from email server deployment to seamless device integration. Today, I transform that deep technical knowledge into practical solutions and give you insider information, helping agents harness technology to excel their business. For 20 years, almost, I've dedicated myself to empowering agents to navigate, excel, and master technology. I've been fortunate to have been on TV for 3 seasons teaching tech tips. I have spoken at hundreds of real estate conferences across North America. I've helped thousands of agents reclaim wasted time and boost income by streamlining systems, and the results are amazing. On average, our agents save 10 or more hours a week and hundreds of thousands of dollars or more in repeat and referral business, reconnecting with past clients who may have forgotten about them. But the key to why I help agents is that systems matter. So let's take a moment to see if any of these next slides sound like you. Do you secretly, or maybe not so secretly, feel so disorganized that your stuff is scattered all over the place? Are you using multiple cloud storage services? Dropbox, OneDrive, Google Drive, iCloud Drive. Some are free, some are paid. You can't find your stuff, right? Is your stress level high and you're overwhelmed with all the different options and systems and email and you just don't know what to do? Are you struggling and juggling multiple email accounts, a personal Gmail, a Yahoo from college or from high school or from elementary school, or the brokerage email that they gave you when you started? You use whichever one is convenient at the moment. You don't really know which ones your clients have. Your client contacts you through different email addresses, and you're constantly having to check multiple inboxes, worried you might miss something important. Could one missed email cost you $10,000 or more? Are you using a brokerage email address? It is advertising for your brokerage instead of your business. And it is putting your entire client relationship database at risk. Seriously, you've worked so hard building your business only to hand over control of your most valuable asset, your client communications, to somebody else. If you switch brokerages and suddenly lose access to years of client emails, problem. A past client refers someone to you to your old email and you never get it. That potential $1 million listing goes to the old email address. Proper email and business setup matters. If you're using a free email address, well, I've already talked about how having 5 or more email addresses that are those free ones, how horrible they are. I'll talk a little bit more in a bit as well. And are you constantly wondering, where did I save that? Well, frantically searching your home computer, your office computer, your phone, your tablet. Are you exhausting yourself chasing new clients through expensive lead gen, awkwardly door knocking, and soul crushing cold calls, and really neglecting your past clients? Are you perpetually confused about CRMs? Tried countless, use a spreadsheet, paid good money, don't use, I've heard it all before. You still can't make any CRM work. If you miss appointments, remember that house scenario, everything's scattered. That's why. Proper business systems. And if you rely on your memory, well, we know how that works. It works in year 1 only, okay? You know you should own your own data, but your brokerage does. Again, if you're using a brokerage email, that is the email your clients use. Who owns it? You don't, they do. They have all the control, you have none. What about your client files? Who owns that data? Where is it? And what about a brokerage CRM? Who owns that data? They own it. If you ever leave, oh my goodness, you are going to be crying. Own your own data. Have you lost business because things fell through the cracks? Do you waste time logging into multiple systems and transferring data between them? It does not have to be this way. All the while, your gold mine of past clients goes completely untapped because of your disorganization that makes follow-up impossible. Okay, so if you're nodding your head or you feel personally attacked right now, I'm sorry, take a deep breath. You're exactly where you need to be. So let's talk about what's actually possible for you, because this chaotic tech nightmare, it should not be your reality. The one house solution, a central hub for your entire database. Now, wouldn't it make sense to have everything you need in one place? Your contacts, calendar, communications, seamlessly syncing across all devices, platforms, everything you touch. So, all the contacts from house 1 to 9, actually, or 1 to 8, however many you've got, all in one place. All your calendars in one place. Everything from your phone and tablet, Outlook, or Mac Mail software in one place and syncing. A CRM that actually integrates with everything. That means if you add a note about a client on a CRM, it ends up on your phone, on your tablet, on your computer. Everything syncs. Incredible. And that, if you're not set up that way, there are hidden costs of your wasted time. How many hours are you losing? Again, in general, of course, we have found over the 20 years of doing this, it's about 10 hours a week. And that equates to about $4,000 a month in lost productivity if you're charging out $100 an hour. I know most agents don't even know what their hourly rate is. Are you working for $2 an hour? Are you working for $500 an hour? Are you wasting a ton of time because of systems? It's a horrible way to run a business. So that equates to $48,000 a year simply evaporating from your business. Not revenue you've never earned, money you actually worked for but lost to inefficiency and poor systems. Can you afford to keep throwing away nearly $50,000 annually just because you haven't optimized your digital workflow? All right, we're going to continue on about email addresses. Don't let your email address tank your business credibility. And what do I mean by this? Using a free email address is like sending mail from a public post office. You don't own the building. You cannot install security systems. You use their address as the return address, and you can't control their security policies. There are many free email addresses. You guys know what that means. Anything that is not your domain is a free email address. Or if you use a domain but it's not configured properly, problems. Okay, these are huge problems. Your free email is sabotaging your business. You're sitting on a digital time bomb because you have to constantly delete emails from your inbox because it's too small, or you have to delete client messages hoping you won't ever need them for personal or legal reasons. Your important communications you send over to your client vanish into their spam folders. What do you think the spammers use? They use free email addresses, of course. You have zero technical support when things inevitably break. How many deals have slipped through the cracks because a client never got your email? You're wasting hours managing your inbox chaos. Your competitors with actual proper systems are closing your clients. Are you inadvertently projecting amateur hour with every single email you send? I don't want to be mean, but the reality is you probably don't even know that you're losing deals because of this. That your email address can and does perceive you as unprofessional. I want to look at the email credibility test. So I want to put it in a different way. You need a lawyer, all things being equal. Same fees, equally personable. You have two choices. Joe the Best Lawyer at 1973 at yahoo.com. And we got Jenny at Smith Law. Who gets your business? It's a no-brainer. And also just a hint here, you should never, ever, 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 did I say ever? Put your year of birth in your email address. Are you judging Joe's age? Are you questioning his legitimacy? Are you wondering if he's actually a practicing attorney, right? So why do you think clients aren't making these exact same judgments about your professional credibility? Your prospects and clients are silently evaluating your digital presence every single day. When they see your personal email, they're making instant decisions about your professionalism. We help agents establish proper digital foundations because there are countless wrong ways to set things up, and your email address is just the beginning. If you have a properly configured business email address on the right server and the right plan, configured properly on all your phones and tablets and computers the right way, so everything integrates, then it's like you own the post office. You control the building security. You set the policies because you own the domain. And we can help install records for you that tell the world this email is really from a real person, a real organization, a company that wasn't tampered with, that you're not a scammer, that you're an approved mail carrier. You can protect your email address from being misused by spammers. And you actually get support when you need it. Other issues with email is what's in your inbox. Okay, is this you? I am not psychic, but I know this is most people. How many opportunities are buried in your inbox every single day? Oh my goodness, hundreds of new emails land in your inbox, but you're trying to find that listing inquiry. Did I reply to the offer? What was that closing dates? Out of all the different email addresses you have, searching for stuff and can't find it. How much mental capacity is wasted every single day when it doesn't have to be this way? How much time is wasted? This impacts your life, your family time, your health. And honestly, again, it doesn't have to be this way. Your business should be set up that every message that matters is exactly where you need it, when you need it. And again, it's not your fault. The foundation of your business is cracked or completely broken, but that's not on you. No one ever taught you how to properly set up a digital infrastructure for your real estate business. No one's ever done that. You were thrown into the deep end and told to swim, with technology changing faster than anyone could keep up with. Is your mind blown? Right? I know, it's very frustrating. Let's move on to step 3. Is again one house solution, a central hub for your files and folders. Most users find greater efficiency, cost savings, and reduced frustration by consolidating to one primary cloud service, one place to look for things, not 5 or 10 different places. When you're set up with many cloud services, which I have never seen an agent set up with one in my 20 years of working with agents, your digital life is scattered everywhere. You might have Dropbox Cloud and Dropbox on your computer, and maybe Dropbox on another computer and attached to a different email address. Others might have iCloud as well because you're Apple users. And then you set up 3 Google emails, and that comes with Google Drive, all of them. And then you're a Microsoft Windows user and you got OneDrive. When you actually need something, good luck finding it. right? Is confusing. Can't find important info on your phone or tablet? Forcing an emergency trip back to the office because your systems are not set up properly. You should be able to find anything everywhere, anywhere you go. How much again is your time worth? And are you still attaching documents directly to email and then face that dreaded file too large, right? At the worst possible moment, making you have to drive back again and maybe missing family dinners because you got to go get that file. Horrible. You've cobbled together multiple cloud storage services to save money for your business, creating a digital patchwork that actually cost you thousands in lost time and missed opportunity. Every day you're paying the premium price for inefficiency while thinking you're being financially savvy. And the ultimate risk, when, not if, your device crashes and your critical files vanish, gone forever. Client contacts, transaction documents, listing photos, everything. How would that make you feel? Imagine that moment of panic, that desperate scramble to recover what can't be recovered. And then we see this. Yeah, I'm looking at you. I'm psychic again. Does this desktop look like yours? An explosion of random files and folders? This is a horrible way to run your business. First, you can't find anything. It's also slowing your computer and processes down. But again, what happens when and not if your computer crashes tomorrow? Do you know which, if any, of these critical files and folders would instantly vanish? Will you be that panicked agent, palms sweating, stomach dropping, crying, realizing years of business files, folders, documents have disappeared? The listing presentation you just perfected, contact information, transaction records that you're legally required to maintain, all gone. It's not right. Running around to every home and looking at things, trying to find stuff is not a way to run your business. Okay, let's go to step 4. The One House solution is one CRM that you own that is integrated with everything else in that central hub. One. The agent CRM tragedy that I've witnessed over and over and over again is that you've collected CRMs like baseball cards over the years, gathering digital dust while you're still managing contacts from a spreadsheet from 2008, right? Or perhaps you're paying monthly subscriptions for multiple CRMs you barely log into and hemorrhaging thousands of dollars annually on software you don't use. And here's the career killer. You're using that brokerage CRM. And again, I am going to be crystal clear. You do not own the data. I don't care what they promise you. Yeah, you might be able to export the contacts. If you remember, which I've never ever met a client that remembers this at the time. But what happens when they want to switch systems or you change brokerages? Your 2 or 3 decades of relationship building vanishes in an instant with those metaphorical tears become very real. Meanwhile, client follow-up falls through the cracks, opportunities evaporate, and you wonder why your business isn't growing. Well, the solution sits unused in your app drawer, waiting for you to actually implement it. This could be your business. Imagine your real estate practice operating flawlessly. A contact added to your phone appears instantly in your CRM. A note typed in your CRM syncs to your phone and your tablet and your computer. A document saved on your computer is accessible anywhere. An appointment scheduled anywhere shows up everywhere. Everything syncs automatically. No more scattered data, no more manual transfers, no more frantic searches, just pure focus on your wonderful clients and your commissions, not technology frustrations. And when you're ready to transition or retire, guess what? You've got a complete organized database for maximum value and ongoing referrals. But I really think it's important because I'm surprised always over the decades I've worked with agents that a lot of agents don't know their numbers. I don't want you to be blind to your numbers. If you've lost just one deal, isn't it worth it to fix it? But I want you to take a minute and jot down a rough number of clients who used another agent rather than you from when you started. Seriously, write it down. You really need to do this exercise. Most agents don't. And this is what happens, okay? How much money is lost on the table? According to Jared James, Every client is worth $117,000 in lifetime value. I actually think it's more than this, but we'll go with his numbers. So if you've lost one client due to disorganization, not keeping in touch, that's $117,000 it's cost you. But most agents admit, are you ready, to 20 deals lost. Of course, it depends on how long you've been in business, but that's an easy number that most agents go, yeah, I've lost that much. That's $2.3 million vanished. Vanished. The opportunities that disappear because you weren't tracking, following up, and staying organized. And the good news, again, is this is entirely fixable. With proper systems, tracking, and client management, you can recapture that lifetime value and transform your business. Are you finally ready to fix it? This is a rotary phone. Okay, maybe not all of you will recognize it. Some of you younger agents might need a history lesson. Again, it's called a rotary phone. Back in the day before smartphones, you physically rotated that dial to input each number. It took forever. No texting, no apps, no camera. Is anyone still using this for their business? Of course not. You'd be laughed out of real estate. Yet many of you are clinging to digital systems that are as outdated as a rotary phone and as inefficient. Free emails, scattered contacts, disorganized file systems that are the modern equivalent to this rotary relic. I would bet that every single one of you has the latest iPhone, Android, Pixel. And how much did you pay for it? $1,500, $2,000, $2,500? Yet you're still running your multi-million-dollar business like it's 1985. You've invested in cutting-edge hardware only to use it for digital equivalent of passing notes and filing papers in random drawers. No central hub, no integrated systems, just constant digital marathon running between 8, 9, 10 different platforms and accounts, trying to find that one critical piece of information. That $2,000 smartphone deserves better, and so does your business. Again, when your business could look like this, streamlined, efficient, synchronized, everything syncing everywhere, this is how your business should be. All right, have I scared you? It is all fixable, truly. You don't have to be scared. You don't have to be frustrated and overwhelmed with how you inadvertently set up your disjointed business. Now, your next step, real estate tech and systems audit. You can book a complimentary real estate tech and systems audit directly with me. You'll get my 30 years of experience in systems and integrations as I review what you've cobbled together over the years or decades. If you're a fit for our program, we can discuss next steps. If not, I'll send you away with some free tools to improve your current setup. But please sit down and calculate how much time and money you've already lost. No more head buried in the sand. These calls are free, but they are not for everyone. They're for agents who are really serious about transforming their business foundation and recapturing lost productivity and profits. There are requirements that you must meet in order to participate in the free meeting. You've got to be serious about streamlining your systems. If you've lost one deal, it's worth it. You've got to be willing to invest in making it happen. If you've ever sat down and figured out how much actual money you've lost in productivity and in actual clients lost, it's worth it to get it fixed. And you've got to be coachable. If you revel in disorganization and aren't willing to change anything, don't book. Why waste both of our time? Our graduates consistently tell us it's the best business decision they've ever made. Better than those $20,000 sales coaches that lock you in. You'll have a fully functioning integrated business system in just 8 weeks, 2 months to transformation. As Deborah, a program of our grad, said, the time and money invested during this program will pay off tenfold. And I know you want results like Deborah, and I can't wait to see you live on our Zoom call. And again, if it's not you, don't book. I only work with agents ready to escape the chaos they've unknowingly created. All you have to do is book a Zoom call. I'll see you there.